that reclaimed the box office throne after being dethroned. And this will be in the last 10 years. So sometimes in the box office, it happens like every week, like, there's a new winner of the box office. Sometimes it happens where a movie is taken off the top spot. Let's say movie A was dominating, but then a new movie takes them off the top spot. But then sometimes that let's say the movie that took it off the top spot was movie B. Then sometimes a new movie or sometimes the old movie, the one that was before the new one, can retake the top spot. It's kind of hard for me to think of, but it's strange, but it happens. So today I'll be going through every time that happened in the last 10 years. So first, the most recent example was Mufasa the Lion King. Mufasa, in the beginning, in like January 2025, it was just a big blur of like, I think there was Mufasa #1. There was like some meh 2025 movies. I think there were Flight Risk and Den of Thieves too, and then Dogman started the whole big blockbuster thing. Anyway, Mufasa was I think repeated. Or it was like its second weekend or something. Then Den of Thieves dethroned it, and then Mufasa took the top spot. I don't think Den of Thieves did that well. But then later, Mufasa was dethroned by Flight Risk, which was dethroned by Dogman, which it's a complicated thing. Then we have Deadpool and Wolverine. Deadpool and Wolverine was dethroned by Alien Romulus. Now, Alien Romulus came out like how long into its reign? Like a couple weeks. Like I think almost a month into its reign, Alien Romulus came out. It was able to dethrone Deadpool, but then later Deadpool and Wolverine actually shockingly retook the top spot. As you know, Deadpool and Wolverine then went on to become the biggest R-rated movie of all time. One of the biggest superhero movies of all time. The second the second highest grossing 2024 movie. Then we gotta go to 2023 for Wonka, when it was dethroned by Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Wonka, so before that weekend, Wonka's opening weekend, it was dominated by some Beyonce film that she created. So, but then Wonka took the top spot. But then Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, took the top spot. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom obviously was the sequel to Aquaman, the 2018 giant hit. And Aquaman Lost Kingdom actually didn't do nearly as well as the first one. It made only $440 million compared to the first film's $1.1 billion. Anyway, after that, Wonka was able to retake the top spot, and after that, and it really basically ruled. After that, it ruled the rest of 2023, and even a little bit in January, and then like new 2024 films started dethroning it. Then we have to go all the way to the middle of 2023 for the next example. We got Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. This one's actually the most interesting. 'Cause Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, it released. I remember the exact day it released. I remember it released June 2nd, and it was #1 that weekend. It scored the second highest opening of the year. But then a week later, it was dethroned by Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. So then you're gonna be saying, okay, Spider-Verse reclaimed the throne a week after that. No. Because the week after Transformers: Rise of the Beasts, Spider-Verse wasn't on top. The Flash was on top. So then, over its fourth weekend, Spider-Verse reclaimed the throne. But then after that, Indiana Jones came along, and it was a big and there was a bunch. It was just losing the top spot. But anyway, this is always the most interesting. And then we have to skip 2022 because I couldn't find any example in 2022. We have to go all the way to the actually we can find one in 2022 to the very beginning of 2022. We have Spider-Man: No Way Home. In 2022, up until February, Spider-Man: No Way Home was #1 in 2022. Yes, the first month was actually, I think, for even half of February was dominated by Spider-Man: No Way Home. However, in like January or something, somewhere like I think like maybe 2 weeks before it lost the top spot for good, Scream dethroned it. Scream, I think it's Scream 4, the Scream reboot. But then Spider-Man No Way Home reclaimed the top spot. And then this movie that I don't want to say the name of, certain movie that I don't want to say the name of because it has a couple curse words. But it ends with forever. Something forever. And then Uncharted dethroned it. Man. And then a bunch of stuff. Then we have to go back to, like, May or something, May, 2021 for The Quiet Place Part 2. It was dethroned by The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. That's basically, I'm gonna call it The Conjuring 3. I think Quiet Place Part 2 debuted over Memorial Day, but then the following weekend, The Conjuring dethroned it, but then Quiet Place retook the top spot, and, yeah. Quiet Place ended up doing about $300 million. Conjuring ended up doing about $200 million. And, the other Quiet Place Part 1 is also going to be on this list. It's interesting. Then we have Joker. Joker was dethroned, over its third weekend, 2 weeks after release. It was dethroned by Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, Maleficent sequel, the sequel to the 2014 live-action remake. Then, the next weekend, right before November started, Joker retook the top spot, beat Deadpool 2 for the highest grossing R-rated movie. It should have stayed number 1. And then that was its last week at number 1. Then I think Terminator Dark Fate then took the top spot, and then like Midway and Ford vs Ferrari, and it just lost the top spot. Then we have A Quiet Place. I told you Quiet Place would be here later. A Quiet Place was dethroned by Rampage in April of 2018. Quiet Place opened in I think April 6th, but then a week later Rampage took the top spot, but then A Quiet Place took the top spot. Fun fact: the week when Quiet Place reclaimed the throne was the week before Avengers: Infinity War. So after that, obviously, no one cared about it. It was just Infinity War. I think overall, I'm honestly surprised Rampage still ended up outbeating Quiet Place. Rampage made about $430 million. Quiet Place made about $330 million. Oh, I forgot. Joker made $1 billion. Maleficent made $500 million. Then we have Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle. It was dethroned over I don't know what weekend it was on, but it was in February. It was over the Super Bowl. It was dethroned by Maze Runner: The Death Cur. I think that's the third Maze Runner. Yeah, that's the third Maze Runner. I think Maze Runner probably made $100-something million. I'm not exactly sure, but Maze Runner dethroned it, and then Jumanji reclaimed the throne. But then after that, 50 Shades of Grey came along and just ruined it. I'm honestly surprised Jumanji took the top spot on its I think that was 10th weekend or something. It's crazy. It ended up making about $900 million, and I actually really like the film. Then we go to 2017 September with It. Over its third weekend, it was dethroned by Kingsman: The Golden Circle. That's the sequel to Kingsman. I think The Secret Service from 2015. After that, though, on its fourth weekend, it was able to reclaim the throne and it became the highest-grossing horror movie of all time at $700 million. Also, my favorite. But then after it reclaimed the throne, it didn't last long. It was dethroned by Blade Runner 2049. Definitely an amazing movie. And then I think this is I think Kingsman: The Golden Circle made about $450 million. It made about made $700 million. And interesting, this was September 2017 was the biggest September in cinema history. Yes, I think just because of these two movies. September is usually a dead month, but yeah. Also, December 2017 was the biggest December 2017. And then lastly, this is going to be the last one on this list. I cannot find a single example in 2016, so I looked at 2017, where The Martian, over its third weekend, was dethroned by Goosebumps. Then, however, it reclaimed the throne, and I know from my past things, it's gonna be like, hey, it lost the top spot. It lost, but then after it reclaimed the throne from Goosebumps, it lost the top spot to some new movie. Actually, no, it claimed it dominated one more weekend, but then I think I'm not sure exactly what dethroned it, but I think it was Spectra, the fourth Daniel Craig James Bond movie. That'll be all for today's video on movies to reclaim the top spot after being dethroned in the last 10 years. Drop down in the comments other examples you can think of. I might have not I might have missed some. Check out my channel for more content like this, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. Bye.